So Liverpool get back to winning ways, finally. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Good afternoon, one and all, and welcome to my review of Liverpool 3, Brentford 0. And you know what? I've got to give these guys perseverance. Give these guys kudos for perseverance because I'm not going to lie, the first half I wasn't happy with it at all. So let's get into it. So we had Alisson in goal, Trent, Matip, Van Dijk, Robertson, midfield, Fabinho, Henderson, and Jones. And up front, we had Jota, Firmino, and Chamberlain. And when the game started, Brentford tried to come on the front foot and tried to push us back immediately, which I didn't expect. Excuse me. Sorry. You got to give it to them. They came there. They tried. Well, the first 10 minutes they tried to push us back, and I thought I was a little bit worried, obviously, because of what happened in the first game. We played away at their ground, whereby they were trying to overload Trent's side of the field, and at the beginning of the game, it looked like they were going to do that. A lot of long balls over to Tony to kind of double up on him and him and I can't remember the other guy's name. They were trying to double up him with long balls over to the edge of to the right hand side. So started a bit. Then we started to get our foothold in the game. Fabinho, my man of the match. I'll say that from now was we started to push them back, started to control the game a little bit in terms of having the territory, but it was a little bit of a residual overlap of what happened when we played Arsenal. Like, get the ball, try to cross it in. Get the ball, try to cross it in, and it was a bit disappointing because again, even though our first goal came from a corner kick, the first couple corner kicks that we had didn't really cause any problems. Wasn't getting past the first man, and just kept having to recycle the ball, but it wasn't really getting recycled whereby the defense was getting stretched. None of our front players or midfielders would seem to be able to beat a man. The only person that seemed to be able to do that was Matip. He was skipping past people like for fun, but I find with these kind of games where it's a low block, you need to have somebody that can beat a man and commit a defender so that it moves the defense. But we got there in the end. I think it was after about 25 minutes. No, I think it was a little later than that. Not 25. It was a lot later in the half because even I was starting to get a little bit frustrated in terms of we had one corner whereby Van Dijk made the keeper made the save, but it was all in front of Brentford. We didn't make them turn around. We didn't make them kind of have to scramble a lot. It was just very neat and tidy. So I was, like I said at the beginning, I was a little bit disappointed with how the game was going. But obviously we went in 1-0 up, courtesy of Trent. Lovely ball in for once. I think it didn't get a flick on, but it went through to the back post, and there was Fabinho to nod it in, and it was 1-0. And to be honest with you, no one had really. I know I said earlier that I gave Fabinho my man of the match, but no one really stood out. It was very, very, very disjointed. So we go in 1-0 up. But second half, I don't know what I was going to say Trent there. I don't know what Klopp said to him, but they seemed to come out with a little bit more urgency. Now, I don't know whether that was because Brentford had opened up the game because they needed a goal, but we just seemed to have a little bit more oomph about us, which we didn't seem to have in the first half. Now, I'm one of the people that I try and be honest with my reviews. During the first half, I was getting on Ox's back. Anybody who knows me on Twitter or Spaces, I wasn't happy with either how Chamberlain or Curtis Jones were playing. They just seemed on the periphery of the game. They didn't really seem like they were trying to, not that they weren't trying, but they weren't getting in the game to affect it in any way. So I was happy the second half started and they started to press more, a little bit more, be more composed with the ball, because the first half, Henderson, Ox, even Curtis sometimes, and a few other players were just continuing to lose the ball, which became a lot frustrating because it stops your momentum if every time you're trying to build something and you're losing the ball over silly things. And it wasn't like Brentford were even pressing us that badly. It was just that we were just making silly mistakes. So second goal comes as a result of Robbo getting the ball down the left, crossing early, and there Chamberlain was at the back post to get a header in, and it was 2-0. And I was just like, I had to give my apologies on Twitter. People know me. I had to say, look, I was one of the people that should have said that you should have been taken off at halftime, but that's why Klopp does Klopp is where he is. He left him on, got the second goal, but unfortunately, shortly after that, I don't know what happened. I think someone might have stood on his foot or something, but and jarred his ankle, so he got taken off for Minamino. And after that second goal, I think the game became even more opened up because obviously Brentford are trying to get a foothold in the game again, get a goal back. And there was a lot more space than there was in the first half. So Curtis started getting on the ball, starting to try and do things a little bit, trying to do things in terms of beating a player and driving forward. Henderson didn't seem as hurried because there was less pressure on him. But in terms of Brentford midfield trying to get on him, but again, a lot happier with the second half. As I said earlier, Chamberlain got taken off. Minamino came on, and Brentford tried to do this play out from the back, which went horribly wrong. I believe it was Firmino closing the guy down, makes a mistake, tries to play the ball back. Minamino gets on the ball, plays a 1-2 with Firmino as the keeper comes out to Firmino. Firmino plays it back to Minamino and slots it away, and the game ends 3-0. Like I said earlier, again, my man of the match was Fabinho. Again, I call him the wall. He just sniffs out danger. Even though Brentford did have a couple of opportunities, but that came from Henderson and Ox losing the ball, and so we was out of position, and Brentford were able to counter attack. So again, I'll go through my match rating. So I'll give Alisson 6. Didn't really have much to do. Trent 6. Matip 7. Van Dijk 6. These are all, they were average performances. They weren't bad, but they weren't great either. So Rebel, I'll give him a 6.5. Him and Trent, I'll give it 6.5/7. Fabinho 7.5. Henderson 6, 5.56. Curtis 6. Chamber, because he got the goal, 7. Firmino 6. Jota 6. Minamino 6, and I think Cade Gordon came on as well, but he didn't really have much time to do anything. But yeah, so we move on to Aston Villa on Thursday. Hopefully we can take this form on in terms of scoring goals, and hopefully no one gets sent off at Arsenal, so we can play against 11 men. This has been my review. If you please like, share, subscribe, and also I just want to say quickly, thank you to everybody that subscribed to my channel. I know it doesn't sound like a big thing, but I've got to 100 subscribers now. It's been a little bit of a journey, but I'd just like to thank everybody. As I said, just want to thank everybody for subscribing, because it means a lot to me, and it means that people do like watching the content that I produce. So take care, people, and I will see you on Monday, where we do the On the Ball review with the rest of the team, me, Mr. Nels, Abs, Jay Legacy, and Chili. Take care, people. Have a good evening.